So you want to just tell me your name?
My name's Letha. I've recently retired and I moved from California over to Klamath Falls, and I live out in the forest, basically, on 10 acres, and it's logging type roads. You know, they're muddy, and in the winter you definitely need a four-wheel drive, and sometimes four-wheel drive is just not even enough. But for my survival, that's to get propane, and for my water, gas for generators.
45 minutes from Bly, Oregon, where the post office was and the grocery store was and propane supply was. Self-reliance is what you wanted and what you had to have. And a big part of that was to have a reliable four-wheel drive.
I went and searched for one, and I found this one at Toyota, Lithia Toyota. I told them I just needed a four-wheel drive, and I didn't need anything pretty or with a bunch of power things on it. I needed more a reliability car.
They told her, there's this Nissan Armada we have, it's a 2015, it's everything you're looking for, it has high clearance, it's got four-wheel drive, it's gonna be really reliable.
They don't tell her that this supposedly reliable car, they just spent 2 months trying to fix because it kept randomly dying on them.
She would just be driving down the interstate at 65 miles an hour, the car would just randomly die on her.
You just drive down the road and it's like nothing. No power brakes, it's just a sound, everything goes off. And that was scary. I took it to a shop here in Klamath Falls, and it had an exhaust code that came up. Came and got me and says, come here for a minute. He showed me the catalytic converters had been cut. He showed me that. He says, this is not a parking lot job. He said, because normally they will cut the catalytic converters and take the whole thing. They don't weld them back on. And so I had them change them, $2,800, and I kept the parts. And then I went over, I called Toyota and tried to make an appointment, and I kind of got the runaround, like they didn't want to see me. So I just thought, well, let's just take a little drive. I sat down in the lobby and I said, I'm not leaving until you can tell me that this car is safe to drive. And they kept telling me I needed to go to corporate in Medford. And I got not very far up the block, around the block, and the same thing happened. It wouldn't go over 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. It would shut off. I was having serious problems with it. So I turned around, took it back, and I got a ride home. A long time later, they called me and told me, oh, you need a wiring harness. I haven't been able to work, which has been really stressful on the finances and things like that. And it pretty much stopped the repair or the finishing on my cabin. And you want to go see your kids. My kids live in Eugene and Portland, and my grandkids, and you know, it's kind of put a damper on that too, which is hard. So they grow up quick. It's okay. It's coming to a close. So onward from here.
How long has it been at this point that you've been dealing with?
A little over 2 years. I went through my savings trying to get a vehicle so that I could go to work and not get to this point. But one thing after another, I mean, my savings on 2 vehicles and trying to get them repaired, and then at one point I had to spend 5 days in a hotel over in Grants Pass because of the car. And I think there's a lot of people, especially seniors, I'm picking up on how we're getting taken advantage of everywhere, especially by corporate things. You know, I'm not the only one. It's hard for me to ask for help. And so I've had to learn that it's a matter of survival sometimes. So
that's kind of what this case was about. Just a car that got sold to a consumer that was unsafe to be on the road. She tried to take it back to them. She tried to get them to fix it. They kept saying no. Eventually she got fed up and decided to stand up for herself and take the route of legal action to make sure that they follow the law and don't get away with selling a shitty car.
Fortunately, Oregon has laws, and the laws say that a car dealer can't sell a bad car, a car that they know, or even that they should know has a problem, to somebody without fixing it, without telling them that it has this problem.
they knew that car was a problem.
A car dealership could, in theory, disclose every single problem with a vehicle, sell that vehicle, and not be in trouble. Like, I said that they need to sell a car that's safe, but they really need to sell a car that someone knows that they're buying is unsafe. And it turns out from the information we got from these DBS histories, the car needed a total replacement of the wire harness. And that's a really expensive repair.
They pulled the fact sheet, and then they saw the car history from prior to when I bought it, which it had a history in California with another owner. They found that the owner had the same problem, shutting off randomly. I mean, there were like 7 invoices that all spoke about the wiring harness needing to be done, and only 1 or 2 of those was mine. 2 weeks before court, I just thought, I started feeling pretty good about it. I just thought, this is my time now. I'm taking my time back.
This case went to trial in December of 2025, so I was able to go to trial within my first year of being an attorney. Her case was compelling. Her situation was certainly reasonable to find herself in and to find an attorney to work with. But I was just so nervous.
Many attorneys work 15, 20 years and never had a jury trial, never made it to court. And the last time a UTPA case was tried to a jury, I can't think of one. And it took a lot of attorney fee time, a lot of preparation, hundreds of hours, and lots of cost. But there are some things that you just have to do that make an impact.
They try to get it kicked to arbitration. Young Walgenkin had beat it many times before, beat it so badly that the arbitration company said, we're not gonna arbitrate Lithia things. They don't follow the rules.
Lithia Motors hired the expert of experts when defending car dealership, and Steve Rickles, and he's been doing it for decades. And so when you have someone like Taylor show up as one of her first cases, and then there's a win, it means so much more.
Hearing the jury verdict was such a nerve-wracking moment for so many reasons. That moment feels simultaneously like 10 years and a split second all at the same time. And so he read out the questions. Did the jury find that Lithia Motors violated the UTPA in one or more of the ways alleged in the complaint? And the answer was yes.
I'm vindicated. I wasn't lying that I was sold a car that should not have been sold. It cost me a lot, but I'm vindicated, so I can move forward.
On the very last day of trial, I had this sinking moment of realization that I might be really good at this. I'm not gonna sit back and just let people get taken advantage of when I have the opportunity and the knowledge and the education and the resources to help them.
Not many of these cases actually go to a trial. And a trial is a public thing where it's transparent, it's an open court, and the community decides. It was just a moment to celebrate. It still is, right? We're putting on CLEs now and using this case as an example. The next person that follows isn't going to go through the same friction points because those problems and ways to resolve them have already been done. We have them and we share them and we welcome others to join, and we're going to do more of it.